bug. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's move this stuff. Moving this stuff. Okay. We good? We good? I think we're good. Battery life on that could use a little help. Battery life on Chat Rover is a little bit low. Man, let's turn Chat Rover off for now. Chat. Turn off Chat. Let's see, what else? Okay. Let's see. Okay, making stuff. Making the mold. The mood. Okay, let's move some stuff. I move the shit. Yeah. Okay, talk to me, chat. Talk to me, chat. Yes, chat. Chat works. I'm so washed out. How can I unwash myself? How do I unwash myself? I feel like I need to hang a piece of tape up against this light again. Where's my tape at? Where is that tape? Oh no, there's not much left. Oh no. Let's see. What if I did something kind of silly and I did this? Out of the way, chain. Is that any better? A little better. Actually, maybe that was a lot better. Sweet. Okay. Let's just keep it at that. I like the blue. Okay. Whee. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, I'm working on a mold today. The mold. So yeah, let's see. Super glue. Still a little wet. Hopefully that'll dry soon. Let's see. Okay, so I need to cut out some pieces of foam core. This way. Okay, foam core. So let's get this stuff situated here. Okay. Okay, so I make a mark right there. Rotate. mark right there. Rotate. Another mark right there. Rotate. That'll mark right there. Okay. That goes there. And a little short. A little bit short, but that's okay. Oh, Disaster of Puppets just went live. Oh, man. Missing out on the good stuff. Okay, so I know I want these walls to be 2 inches tall. Yeah? Did I cut them at 2 inches? I did. Okay. 2 inches tall. Let's go here. Put another line right here. Another one right here. Well. Okay. Okay. Now I wish I had one of those meter sticks that we had in school. Or, well, it used to be yardsticks, and then everybody tried to convert us to the metric system, so then it was a meter stick. Okay, let's go here. Carve a nice line. There we go, like so. Multiple cuts. Don't want to go all the way through, because that ultimately just ended up tearing the foam core. Okay. And just like this. Boom! Boom shakalaka! Hiccups. Water! Need some water. Trying to decide what is floating in my water. I think it's coffee grounds. Yeah. We'll go with that. I think it's coffee, I'm pretty sure. I just forgot to rinse it out. Okay. Let's see. So now, where did I start? I started on one of these. That's where I started. Okay. So, now I cut a line. We get a straight edge. Another straight edge. There you are. Straight edge. Okay, actually, that's really thick. Not going to work. Go there. Let's grab the other one. Other straight edge. I'm straight edge, man. Where's that line? There it is. Okay. Score this. Don't want to go all the way through, because we just want to bend it. Boop. Like so. Okay, make sure my previous mark is in a good spot. It is. Okay. Cut another similar line, not all the way through. There we go. Why? Okay. Sorry. Getting notifications like crazy. Okay. So that wall goes there. Looks like I measured incorrectly. Whatever. It's cool. It's all good. Hard Sponge, how's it going? Did you catch the Smooth On live stream? Oh, I didn't! I forgot about it! Spraying Rust-Oleum into a mold to color the outside of the casting was a new one for me. Yeah. Interesting. So just straight Rust-Oleum. Like no pigment or anything, just Rust-Oleum? Because, like I saw... What's his name? Paul Pape Designs. He has a technique where he puts pigment in his mold and then he sprays spray paint over it just to make sure, make sure he gets it all or something. But he sprays a similar color of spray paint and then he pours in his resin. So, yeah. That's interesting. I can't believe I forgot about that. Oh, no wonder this isn't working. I didn't cut it where I marked it. Big dummy. They sprayed gold Rust-Oleum into the mold to make a gold bar. Also used gold powder. Wow, okay. Well, that's good to know. I need to watch this. Is it saved? Like, can I go back and watch it? I really hope so. I also really hope I get this mold ready and poured tonight. I just really want to get this thing done. Getting a little anxious, I think. I've been kind of meaning to ask you about your art. I've been curious if you just kind of like randomly draw lines and then pick shapes out of them. Is that how that works? It's really neat. Is it like random lines, or do you kind of have something in mind when you start? Blech. In there. Yep, it's on Smooth On channel for viewing pleasure. Nice! Well, now I need to watch it. I can't believe I forgot. I was just like sitting around here. Oh, actually, it depends on what time it was on. I did have a phone call meeting thing today. Yeah. Okay, so there, my walls are almost done. Let's see. LiDAR, what's happening? Welcome, welcome. Did you see message I sent you with my logo in it. I'm not sure if it worked or not. Let's see. It's only about 5 3/4. Saw the logo. Sweet. I'll try later. Okay. Jolly good, jolly good. I put down a lot of lines, then I picked the ones that make the most sense to fill out. Anything to get away from a blank paper. Okay. That's cool. I've noticed there's a bit of a trend or a pattern to what you draw. I don't know if it's just me or what, but like I see like a lot of feet. Like cartoony, like Ren and Stimpy feet in your art. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's just me picking that out. It might just be me. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm just noticing there's almost always the same, like, kind of Ren and Stimpy-esque feet in a lot of your art. Don't feel bad. I'm just, you know, I don't want to make you feel bad about it or anything. It's cool, you know. Your art is amazing. I just my brain picks out these things. Alright. Yeah. But I do really enjoy your art style. It's really cool. Yeah. I wish I was an artist. I like people to find their own imagery, whatever works for them. Okay. Okay. So it's just me being weird. just like, yep, I see feet. Oh boy. I hope that's not telling or anything. I swear I don't have like a foot fetish or anything. Those are weird. Weird to me. I'm not shaming. I just don't understand it. But no, I see neat little Ren and Stimpy feet. You're also welcome to rotate the image to see something entirely. Oh wow, dude! I didn't even think of that. I should try that. Except when I, you know, when you rotate your phone, the image just flips. I'll have to like kind of do some weird rotation. But yeah, that's awesome though. Once again, I failed art, so you know that probably tells you something right there. I'm like the only kid who ever failed art. Not in high school though, actually. High school I think I managed a D or something like that. Which is amazing because like all the stoners like easily passed art. And here's me, I'm just like I'm too much of an engineer or something. I just didn't get art. I was just like I don't understand this. I don't understand these curved lines. Who draws curved lines? They should be straight with rulers. How are you at standing on your head? Honestly, I haven't tried that in quite a long time. I can't even remember the last time I tried standing on my head. Yeah. Okay, there. Finally got my last piece done, I think. So, so I decided, like, you know, my drawing, if you guys remember my drawing from Tuesday, it included these walls, and I realized that I can't, you know, for one, it'd be silly to print walls, because the print was going to take, I don't know, something like 6 hours. And I was just like, that's silly, they're walls. so I decided I'll just make them like I usually do. But the other reason I decided to make them like I usually do is because I kind of realized that once the silicone's in there, I probably wasn't going to be able to get 3D printed walls off. Even though I was going to print them separately, I don't think they would come free from the silicone like this would, where I just break a seam and it opens up and I can get it off. So yeah, I was kind of afraid that like a full 3D printed one wouldn't, you know, I'd have to like slide it off, and I don't think the silicone would allow it. So Navigator Nomad, how's it going? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be, I'm kind of, I found a person who's also doing Rover type things. Let's see if he's online right now. He is. So there's a dude that sent me a circuit board. I don't think it's actually come in yet, but yeah, let's action noise. So this dude sent me like a circuit board and stuff, which I'm going to be testing out eventually in stream whenever I get it, and then whenever I can hook it up. But he has the ability to basically control these circuit boards from anywhere in the world using like a cell phone. So it's basically the same concept as those robots that you see with like what do you call that? Not Snapchat. The hell is that? FaceTime. So like FaceTime or Skype going on, and you see like they're kind of starting to come around in like nursing homes and stuff like that. But you have a little robot with like a FaceTime camera thing on it, and basically that's what he did. He has like a circuit board that's designed to be controlled via Skype or whatever, but he has it currently hooked up to his stream, so he's able to use it on stream. English is not his first language, so you know, you have to there's a little bit of deciphering. I think one of his words is exclamation point sud, which I believe means down. I'm not sure. So, and then Nord is another one. Exclamation point Nord is a command, and I believe that's up. So, I'm not sure yet if I can change those commands. I'm gonna have to ask him. But yeah, so he sent me a board to try out on stream, and I'll be doing that pretty soon. I think whenever I get it, I think it may have shown up at my box. I got a notification saying that something is at my mailbox, so it could be there. Sud is south, isn't it? Oh, that could be, yeah. Yeah, Nord and South. No, it's Nord and South. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's his commands for camera up and camera down, because he has it pivot his camera, or basically it's a cell phone. So I think what he does is he has like a holder thing for his cell phone, and it tips up and down, and then I think left and right, you know, just pivots the whole thing. It's a little contraption that he has it hooked up to. But yeah, you might enjoy it. So hopefully I'll be using that soon, or testing it out. I think it'd be better off like probably in my backyard versus like on stream. But yeah, just another way to control something via chat. Yeah. Okay. Also, I got a new camera here. Ooh, new camera. So I'm still playing with the settings. My lighting is a little hot over here, so I had to like put a piece of tape up because right now I have this camera being controlled by like a Snapchat sort of application, and once it's like being controlled, I can't change some of the parameters while it's being used. but you guys might enjoy this. So I figured out how to do the stray swizzle thing. So it's cheating, but here it is. What? So like stray swizzle, right? Like I don't normally put on like black lipstick, but the eyeliner, totally cool. So yeah, what? All right. So that's it. That's my stray swizzle thing for now. That way I don't interrupt anything. Stray swizzle cheat. Yeah. So yeah. So that's my stray swizzle cheat. I also have another cool one, which is it allows me to have this up, so I can be like, boop boop. I'm doing cool things. Yep, doing that. Boop boop boop. Cool. Done. So yeah, I totally figured out these some of these, like it's basically Snapchat's version of webcam software. Snap Camera it's called. So yeah, we can take our streams to the next level. But yeah, so I wanted to try a new camera too though, because like my standard webcam was just kind of grainy and not so good. So so I have a new one. Hopefully this works well. Oh yeah, I was gonna cut that. Back to here. Yeah, I did put a stray swizzle redemption in there for I think 1,000 points because it's a cheat. Oh yeah, I did put another redemption in there for forward, I think. Let's see what happens if I redeem forward. I'm curious if the rover will see that. No, maybe not. Okay, so I need to figure out how to do that. So LiDAR, I know we were talking about channel points and such. So, so I did put that command in there to go forward. I was curious how it works. Apparently it doesn't. So, whatever you have in mind, I may be ready for you. That stuff doesn't show up as usual chat messages. Yeah, looks like it. So yeah, I'm not sure how to use channel points then to control the rover. So maybe LiDAR will know these things and be able to work with his code. Because currently, yeah, Chat Rover is running LiDAR's code. Did I just trim too much off? I totally cut too much off. Damn it. Okay. Well, anyway. Close enough. I think I can fill that in with hot glue. Okay, so let's see, 8:40. I don't know if we're gonna get to pouring silicone tonight, because what I have to do still, I have to put the what do you call it, the clay around all of this. So with this thing, this is, 3D printed parts, so the surface is not great. So what I ended up doing, I pressure tested this thing beforehand, just to see, I don't know, what 3D printing material does in a pressure pot. So I stuck this in the pressure pot just to see, and so far nothing happened. But I kind of realized that because the top is so porous, I figured the silicone would probably end up getting forced down into any pockets and stuff down here. Maybe. Not 100% sure, because that also means air is getting pushed up from the bottom as well, so theoretically it should be equal, but who knows. So I just didn't want to have silicone getting pressed into all the pores of the 3D printed part, so I sealed it with super glue. I just put a whole bunch of super glue around, and then I painted it on with a brush, and so far so good. Probably not exactly great, but I did that already. But what I need to do is I need to go around the part with clay. That way silicone doesn't get between the part and this plastic piece. So that's one thing I need to do tonight. I also need to create my parting line inside the holes here, so I need to fill some of this up with clay as well. Create kind of a parting line inside. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna actually get to pouring silicone tonight, but at least we're close. We are close. So for sure we'll be pouring silicone on Tuesday. Let's see. Zoom back out. I also have a blue light back there, so I picked up some nifty new lights. I'm not quite sure what to do with them yet, but I was hoping to add some kind of ambiance of sorts to my stream, especially the stray swizzle stuff. So like if I had more blue back here, I think that would be really awesome. Right now I just have that one light, it's blue, and then for the Rover Cam stuff, I have Rover Cam. There it is. Let me turn on the Rover. I have a red light in this space, so let me turn that camera on. Not fully set up the way I want it, but it adds a little bit of red to the screen there. Or should I say orange? I don't have it fully set on red, but it's more like orange. But I need to position this light, I think, somewhere underneath the table. But yeah. So there's that. So yeah, I have lights now to play with. I just need to position them a little better. Let's see. More text messages. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to here. Okay, what do I need to do? I need clay. So I need to grab my clay. We'll add some clay around everything. Grab my clay tools. Where are they? Those aren't clay tools. There they are. Let's see. What do I want? I want this one. There we go. Okay, clay. So this is the modeling clay. Plastilina modeling clay. Whatever that means. Ow. Okay. So this stuff works best when it's warmed up. It's nice to kind of preheat it a little bit in your hands. Alright. Alright, let's do this. I swear my camera looks blurry. Anyway. Sure this is down. Oh wait. Before I make sure it's down all the way, I need to actually put clay in there. Sure. So I need to pack the motor holes with clay. Cool. There we go. Push that in there. I need this. Too much clay. Alright, so I'm basically just packing that in. So I have some ridges for the motors to kind of sit on, but I want those in the silicone, I guess, so I'm trying not to cover those. I can't focus, so anyway, back to this. So yeah, so I think what I want is the silicone to go a little bit past those shelves I have in there for the motors. I think before I used to have that as the parting line inside, and I kind of learned that it kind of makes it a little ugly. It's not a very well defined shelf anymore when I make it as the parting line. Let's put that down in there a little further. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get to putting in silicone tonight. This is going to take a little while. Let's see. What day is it? It's the 11th. So that means next Thursday, Perseverance lands on Mars. I feel like I need to do something for that. Like, I just wouldn't be a good solar system ambassador without doing something cool for Perseverance's landing. What am I gonna do? Woohoo! Yeah, I can't wait. I want to see what the little Ingenuity helicopter will do. course, it's still a nail biter. You know, maybe they just got lucky with that sky crane maneuver the first time. You know, like I'm kind of worried. They nailed it the first time, but like, it's a good possibility that something can go wrong on the second time. Because, you know, they got kind of cocky. They're like, oh yeah, we've done this. We can do it again. A little nervous. A little nervous. But, it's cool. I got to sit down with Rob Manning from JPL. He is, at the time, he had just started, or he had just become the chief engineer at JPL. He's been an engineer forever. Now he's the chief engineer, so he's kind of everybody's boss. I got to sit down with him for dinner, and got to ask him all sorts of questions. It's just amazing some of the things that they, you know, do on these things. Like they still cut the cables from, like, you know, the rocket to the like the cruise stage, and then the cruise stage to the landing stage. Like, they still just hard cut cables. And I was like, why? Why can't you? You know, I guess in order to do that, they also have relays, so they have to turn off all these relays, so that way when a big guillotine blade comes through all the wires, it doesn't short them all out. So they have to actually turn all them off using relays before they guillotine them all. And I was just thinking, you know, well, that's extra weight. That's extra things that could go wrong. Why do you still do that? Why don't you use, like, maybe spring-loaded pins, you know, that push up against contacts? And he said that they, you know, during the vibrations of launch and landing and stuff, those little spring-loaded pins could just temporarily disconnect just for a millisecond, and that would be, you know, that could lead to disaster. So it's like, okay. But yeah, it's just things that they think about. They do so much simulation. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. A lot of simulation. Let's see. Yeah, another funny thing about Rob Manning. He only has a 4-year bachelor's. He just has a bachelor's in engineering, where all the people that he's in charge of have doctorates and stuff. So he said there's a little bit of animosity there with his colleagues. But yeah, he basically is so damn good at what he does that he doesn't need a master's or a doctorate's degree. Damn near everything has to be hardwired, and they have super strict soldering techniques to reduce the risk of bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they got everything down in a very strict manner. I would never pass their soldering skills. Like, I have a certain way I like to solder, and I don't understand why nobody else does it the way I do it. It's like, I'm sure there's probably some reason for it, and I had a class in soldering. I remember in my 2-year electronics degree, we had some class, and, you know, taught us how to solder properly. And I just, like, I passed the test, and I went right back to the way I solder, which is I use flux paste, and so I always put flux paste on what I'm going to be soldering, and then I put the solder on the soldering stick or the soldering gun, and then as soon as the soldering tip touches that flux on the thing that I'm soldering, it gets hot enough where the solder just leaps basically right off the soldering gun to what I'm soldering, and almost instantly hardens. So it's really awesome. I don't know, probably some kind of cold joint sort of thing. And that's probably why they don't do it that way. But I find it works really well, and you don't end up like their technique. Most people's technique is put the soldering gun on the component, onto like say the leg of a resistor or whatever. Put it on there, heat up the resistor wire, heat up the pad that you're going to be soldering it to, and then touch the solder to all of it. and then it blends in real nice. It melts and it just goes to everything. But like, to me, that seems like you're heating up a component that you shouldn't be heating up. And maybe a resistor could handle it, but other components not so much. So the way I do it, it's just like you get it just hot enough to flow solder, and then the solder hardens up right away. Most of the time I can still hold on to the stuff that I'm soldering because the heat never actually transfers to my finger. it just stays in that one spot where I put the flux paste. Minimum amount of bonding force makes it gooder. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, the way I do it is not appropriate. I'm sure it probably is due to like cold solder joints, and then you end up breaking something down the road. Add a little, you bump something or whatever, and it probably just breaks the solder rather than just bending. So there's probably that. I've never really encountered that issue myself, but then the things I make are usually prototypes and don't really go very far. But they've always worked, or that technique has always worked for my radio controlled stuff, and some of the robot-y things that I do. I don't do a whole lot, but not too much. Reflow is putting stuff in a damn oven. That is true. That is very true. It does seem wrong, doesn't it? Of course. Hey, what's happening? Welcome in. Things can take a fair amount of heat. I guess they probably can, can't they? Too quick is a lot of the problem. That's probably it. You don't get a good solder joint if you're fast about it. TJ Rockin' Raj, remember the time I used to work? Yeah. Darn COVID got you. Well, shut you down. Pretty much all of your jobs. Except for doing the the iPhone repair stuff. Hopefully that kind of pays the bills. But yeah, not much in the way for DJ gigs these days. Except for streamers, man. Some of these streaming DJs are doing quite well. Since nobody can actually go anywhere, they turn to Twitch to watch their favorite DJs and favorite artists and stuff. And yeah, so a lot of these folks are doing quite well. Probably not doing as well, but they still seem to be getting tips and all sorts of other good stuff. Tips and subscriptions. Need a job. Yeah, jobs do help. In your location, I imagine it's difficult. Unless you wanted to drive a couple hours to the cities. It's the only downside to living in the country, I think. It's just like, you're limited on the jobs you can apply for. I always like whenever I'm out, you know, driving. I think recently we headed up towards Hinckley, Minnesota. We cruised up there for what we were hoping to see the Northern Lights, because the weatherman said that they're going off around Hinckley. So we're like, sweet, let's get up there. And it was only like, you know, 9:30 at night. So we thought, yeah, let's do it. If it's if they're going off now, then they should still be there when we get there an hour later. And yeah, they weren't there. But no, we were driving through, you know, the countryside way up there by Hinckley, and you know, there's houses out in the middle of nowhere. They're not farmhouses, but they're just houses, and it's like, what do these people do? What do they do for a living? They're just living out in the middle of nowhere, like an hour from anything or more. Like, they must really like to drive. I was thinking if I had a spaceship, I could fly down and work at SpaceX. That would help. You can see the Northern Lights in Minnesota? Yeah! Sure can. Not as prominent as, like, you know, Canada and stuff, but yeah, sometimes they come down fairly often, I guess I should say. Like northern Minnesota, you can almost always see them on the horizon. They almost look like city lights or something. But every once in a while, they'll come down far enough where if you're out away from like the cities and stuff where I'm at, if you're out in the country and stuff, you'll see them real clear and real nice. But it takes like an actual good solar storm to get them down this way. I thought the only state that could see it was Alaska. Oh, nope. I've heard that they have seen them in Illinois, as far south as Illinois. Depends where solar flare hits. Yeah, they've had some visible as far south as Oklahoma. Okay, that's pretty far. I'm around Montreal, and I never got to see some. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, if you're around like a major city, it's hard to see, that's for sure. The only times I've ever seen them was I was out in, like, pretty much out driving, like, northern Minnesota. I'd be driving between Bemidji and Fargo, and there's just nothing in between, and that's the times where I'd see them on the horizon, like city lights. And then one time when I was a kid or a teenager, I think like my friend and I were coming back from his cabin down the road, and we were playing some video games late at night. It was like 1 a.m, and we drive four-wheelers because we lived on a dirt road and stuff. So drove the four-wheeler over to my place, and you know, he was going to drop me off and then continue on to his house, and dropped me off, turned off the headlights and stuff on the four-wheeler, looked up, and it was like, whoa. I mean, they were like straight up, like radiating out, like straight above my parents' house. But yeah, it's just crazy. So they do show up, but it was so amazing. So like, I ran inside, grabbed my sleeping bag, wrote my mom a note saying I was staying at my friend's house. We hopped back on the four-wheeler and took off over to his place where he has one of those giant trampolines, and we set up camp on the giant trampoline. By the time we got there, all the northern lights were gone, and we just stayed there looking at the stars all night. So it was so nice though. I miss doing that. A lot of us neighborhood kids would get together, and we'd usually bring our sleeping bags, and we'd if it's a nice summer night, we'd sleep out on somebody's giant trampoline and just watch satellites go over and stuff. Just BSing, talking about girls, whatever guys do, teenage boys do. It was so nice though. I miss that. I've seen them in New York. Probably too much light pollution. Yeah, definitely too much light pollution. I grew up like out in the country, so I was pretty used to seeing a lot of stars, a lot of seeing the northern lights when they'd show up. I remember this one time I was dating a girl in Chicago, and I brought her home to my dad's house, which is like, he was way out in the middle of nowhere. and we didn't get to his house until probably almost midnight. And we get out of the car. She looks up and she like just yelled out, "Holy shit!" Because she had never seen that many stars before. She grew up like just out in the south suburbs of Chicago, and thought she's seen stars, but she's never seen stars. So it was pretty funny to see that, see her reaction to, for me it was like, oh yeah, cool, I can see all the stars. For her it was a mind-boggling experience. So yeah, that was pretty neat. I miss living out in the country though. But then yeah, you wind up with like DJ Rock and Raj's problem there, where it's hard to find work if you're out there. Especially now with everything shut down, all the bars and restaurants and such. Probably, yeah, I miss living in the country. Yeah, country definitely has I'd say more benefits than anything, but there are some drawbacks to living in the country for sure. Like right now, I'm like 10 minutes from downtown Minneapolis, and I'm like 10 or 15 minutes from the country. I can just, if I whatever weekend, I could just be like, okay, if I want to go downtown for the weekend, I'm right there. If I want to go, out camping or something, I'm right there. So it's nice to live kind of in the middle. But I do miss the country though, because it's like you can just, you can do anything. You can go outside and yell if you want to. Just let it go, and nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna know where you are, Or, I don't know, do whatever you want. It's great. Go out, practice with your guns and shoot stuff. You can, I don't know, I let off a lot of fireworks when I was a kid. Rode a lot of four-wheelers and dirt bikes. Did a lot of fishing. I live in a rural area. I'll sell you some stars. Keeping it rural out there. Hey there, Viking. Yep. Yeah, I do miss the stars. Where I'm at now, it's like, you can see stars, but it's not great. And then of course I have a wooded lot, so I see even less stars. Yeah, Viking, keeping it rural. Yeah, it's just I don't know, I think I got really lucky as a kid, being that I had so many kids in the neighborhood that were my age, and we'd play football and baseball, a lot like the movie Sandlot, basically that was us. We had pretty much all the same characters. We had the goofy ones, we had Squints, we had the little pudgy guy, what's his name? Yeah, we had pretty much all of them. Yeah. Well, that was a lot of fun. I have Sandlot Edition PF flyers. Where's Shooter? Yeah, I think I bought you know, those pair of Chuck's Converse All-Stars, you know, way back in the day. And I hated them. I don't know why people love them so much, but you can feel every single rock that's on the road. You know, you step on anything and it's gonna hurt. And like I like to protect my feet, so I typically wear like I typically wear boots everywhere I go. So like either like military style or like I found the type of boots that police officers and paramedics and stuff use. I found them at like an army surplus store, so I started buying those pretty regularly. That's usually what I wear. So yeah, those little Pia flyers are not gonna cut it for me. I grew up in Los Angeles County. We did a lot of the same things. Our river was concrete though. Oh, I know, like that looks like fun. You know, seeing in the movies and stuff, it's like, or even I see a lot of like, you know, I don't know, very low budget like rap videos, you know, being shot in those, and I mean, it's cool. Like, and you guys have access to those like pretty much year round, I guess, unless they flood. But you know, right now, it is currently -4 degrees Fahrenheit, -6 degrees Fahrenheit. So, you know, you don't want to be outside right now. Los Angeles would be kind of cool to grow up in. In a way, I'm sure. When I saw them, I was like, yes, I'll put them on the show. Steel cap? No, no, I used to wear steel toes for a while, and it was just too much weight to be lugging around. You know, some of my jobs required them, and yeah, they make some light ones, but still, it just gets to be a little too much lugging those around everywhere you go. So yeah, no more steel toes. They are kind of fun to kick people in the shins with, though, if they piss you off. Just give them a little pap. Ah, dang it, what do I need? I need a scooping tool. That's what I need. Scooping tool. I don't know if this is gonna get, no, that's not gonna get in there, but it'll get in here. Oops. You guys can't see what I'm doing. So right now I'm gonna carve out kind of a registration sort of dome in there. I don't really like this tool either. What else do I have? I need something kind of small. Maybe not even a tool. What if I just push in with something small? Aha! I bet an Allen wrench would probably work. Yeah. Let's push in a nice registration key right in there. That's cool, that'll work. Oh god, that was really deep. Crap. My brother and I had a side hack bicycle. We used to ride it down the bottom of the spillway when it got covered with algae and did as many donuts as we... Oh man, that sounds fun. Yeah, you know what? I'm sure there's benefits to growing up like in a city as well. You know, I enjoyed like dirt bikes and four-wheelers and stuff, whereas like city kids probably enjoy I don't know, I guess access to everything. You probably have access to, you know, cool places to hang out, better access to your friends, you know, school activities if you're if you're into that, like, you know, my school was I don't know, a little far away. Not too far. It was like 6 miles or so, 6 or 7 miles away. But yeah, it just kind of made like school activities a little, you know, not cool. Let's see, let's put that right there. But yeah, those spillways would be kind of fun to play in. Used to ride dirt bikes too out in the desert. Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, like out in Los Angeles and stuff, you guys have access to freaking snow whenever you want it. Surfing. I don't know, cool clubs. So yeah, I think there are probably advantages to that as well. Okay, that one's done. That only took me, what, half hour? Yeah, we're not going to be pouring silicone tonight. Okay, more clay. More clay. Yeah, I always kind of wondered what it's like, you know, growing up in a place that basically is summer year-round, you know? I'm sure you guys, you know, probably feel winter a little bit. Out in California and stuff, I'm sure you get 40 degrees from time to time. But, I don't know. What is it you're building? Oh! I'm making a mold for the rocker arms. So these are the rocker arms that go on the Rover in this little video right here. So I have another mold, but the parts were coming out really bad, and I'd have to spend a lot of time sanding and dremeling and stuff like that. So I'm making a new mold, and hopefully it'll turn out a lot better, so I don't have to do as much work. I'm trying out a little experiment, and I printed this. Normally what I would do is I would make, you know, I'd kind of make this out of wood or something like that, and then I would add registration keys like this, usually something like a nut or something like that. I see a lot of mold makers will actually use like acorn nuts. So then, like, you know, I'd have this piece of wood, and I would probably glue down some acorn nuts like that, you know, all over here for some registration, and then I would end up building my walls like this one here and pour in silicone. But in this case, I decided I'd 3D print this whole thing because, like a wood piece, I would have to build all this up with clay. All of this white space here would have to be built up with clay to get my parting line where I want it. So yeah, so that's what I'm making, is just the whole mold box, and eventually we'll fill it up with silicone, and that'll be the first half. And then once that's cured, I flip this over, I take this piece off, and then fill that in with silicone. So then I'll end up with a nice 2-part mold similar to this over here. So here's the previous version. See, I don't like it because it's kind of, you know, it can change shape on me, which means that my part can come out kind of funny. But yeah, so basically I'm making this side right now, and I'm gonna make both of them at the same time, so I'm not dealing with 2 molds. But yeah, that's it. Basically making that. And I'm also changing where the filling holes are. So these are sprues. So you, like in my case, I pour in resin here, and then resin kind of vents out here, so all the air, it takes air with it out these holes. And And what ends up happening is that my parts come out with sprues attached to them right here. And that's another point that I always have to end up dremeling and stuff. So I have to clean them up. I have to clean all this plastic off and sand it, make it all nice again. And that's really frustrating and time consuming. So what I think I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and put all the fill and vent holes along this flat surface here. So when I have the mold together, I'll have a whole bunch of holes along here. And then, I forgot to mention to you guys, I'm going to inject the resin in using these. This is massive. This is 150 milliliters. So I'll just suck resin out of my container, go over to my mold, and then inject. Theoretically. Are you planning to make a lot of parts? Yes! Yes, so these rovers that I make, I sell them. I've sold about 7 of them so far, and I found out that my molds suck, so I stopped selling them. But yeah, so these rovers on this little video here, that's what I make and sell. And eventually I'll start selling kits that contain Arduinos or Raspberry Pis or something like that. And but yeah, it's a cool little project for kids to learn how, like, it's kind of designed for like 7 or 8 year olds. So it teaches them about solar power and electric motors, gives them a cool toy to play with, and then, you know, when they're about, you know, into the age of Arduinos and programming and stuff, they can plop an Arduino inside with a battery or something like that, and learn how to code. So yeah, it's a cool toy. And so yeah, I have to make a lot of these, and I have to make them fast. You know, I have to be able to crank them out. So this dirty rover that we made on stream last week or something like that, this body took about an hour total to make, so that was pretty cool. And about the same, about an hour for all 4 of these wheels. So I'm able to crank them out pretty quick. I just need to get faster. I have a project I'm working on to make a mechanical arm that swings a hammer. All right, yeah, you were mentioning that before. Yeah, how's that coming along? I think we were kind of discussing that a little bit, of how you would make it work, and like, it sounds like something Grant Imahara would use or make. Yeah. Yeah, projects are kind of interesting, because it, like, you always look at them and you're like, oh, I could build that in a day or 2. And then, like, in my case, 2 years later, you know, you're finally able to really do it well, I guess. Like, I had to learn, or kind of reteach myself how to make silicone molds, and you know, inject resin, how to color resin. So like, we've been kind of working on that recently, how to make the color better. So yeah, projects very time consuming. Very much. I still need to shoot the video to work out the mechanics of it. Oh yeah, a little high-speed camera. Actually, I think cell phones can do some of that high-speed stuff nowadays. Alright. So again, I'm just packing these motor holes with clay. I'm creating my parting line inside there. So like, on this thing, I'll have to run clay around the whole part to kind of seal the part in, so that silicone doesn't get between the part and this piece of plastic. But then I also want to make it nice and smooth, so I have a nice smooth parting line. The way this is right now, if you're familiar with 3D printed parts, the surface is pretty rough, you know, and it has a whole bunch of lines from the extruded plastic. And I'm afraid that if I were to pour silicone right on here, I wouldn't get a nice clean parting line, and any resin that I pour into the mold would just kind of want to flow along these 3D print lines. So I need to make those nice and smooth as well. Bought a little tripod mount that holds the phone and came with a little Bluetooth remote. Should be easy once it's set up. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've always kind of wanted to play with those camera settings. I did once. One time I used the slow-mo recording option. I think Kristen was making a face while headbanging, so I put it in slow-mo and recorded it. It was pretty funny. It was all on purpose, obviously. She wasn't like accidentally making a funny face and I was making fun of her. She was purposely making a funny face while headbanging. Yeah, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. So, yep, just creating my parting line inside there. And then I have to add a little registration key, so that way when the silicone fills this cavity, it'll kind of get like an indent. So like this piece. So I made a little divot there. And so when the silicone fills that in, it'll end up with the negative of this, or I guess maybe more of a positive, because it'd be like a little bump that's sticking out like this. And then when I pour the other half of silicone, the other half will get kind of I guess, the opposite of this. And then they'll register together. So you'll see as I get the second half done. It's hard to explain, I guess, and I'm not a very good teacher. I don't really know why I'm streaming if I don't really teach very well. It's hard for me to articulate what's in my head. There's times where I like kind of fantasize about being a teacher, you know. I think, man, how cool would that be to be like a college professor, you know, doing cool stuff with students and their projects, and then I kind of snap back to reality, and I'm like, I can't teach. I'm like the worst at teaching, horrible at talking, and really bad at articulating what I mean or my intentions. I keep thinking this every time you say you are not a good teacher, but you're still the only stream I watch. Wow. I'm the only stream you watch? Of course. You gotta get out more. Or get in more? I don't know. I mean, surely there's gotta be better folks than me, but thank you very much for being the only stream you watch. Teaching is something you can learn. Sorry, I'm off camera. I guess it's something you can learn. It's just like I have a hard time really, I guess, just articulating. You know, I can't always just throw out words, because for some reason my brain forgets a word mid-sentence, and so I go and I'm a bit distracted by another project, an upgrade to my streaming computer, and allow me to add more cameras, up to 15. Dang, I know, like, you had 8 when I think we rated you that one time, and you had 8, and I was like, dude, I thought I was pushing it with 3. Like, my computer is just like, sometimes it really struggles with 3, and you were doing 8. I have no idea. Unless you have a couple computers going, if you're doing something like what the gamers use, where they have they're able to basically have one computer feed into the other, and like one computer is dedicated for streaming, and then the other one is dedicated for all the graphics intensive stuff. So maybe that's what you're doing. Skill. Yeah, I'm a bit of a workaholic. Don't have much time to watch stream. Yeah, I'm kind of getting there myself. I don't watch a whole lot of streams like I used to. Oh, weird. I have to approve Biking Vikings. Howdy. Yeah, weird. For some reason, Streamlabs did not like howdy. Or Twitch did not like howdy. But yeah, I'm kind of I guess you would say I'm a workaholic. I try not to be. Like, I don't know, sometimes I don't think I am. Sometimes I think I'm pretty lazy. But then I see, like, that I rarely ever play games. And when I do play video games, I play games that allow me to, like, do other stuff while I'm playing them. So, like, I might be sitting here playing a video game, but while the game's playing, like, say, Farming Simulator or this fishing game I play, where the, like, the boat or the tractor can be cruising along to its next waypoint, I'll be over here working on Rover parts or something. So yeah, I guess I can kind of feel you there. And yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of streams like I used to. I used to be in, like, a lot of people's streams, and now I'm just like I need to focus. I need to get things done. So I feel kind of bad, but I do pop in and say hi from time to time. I just don't spend a whole lot of time in them anymore. It didn't like the ow. Yeah, I saw that. It's so weird. Oh, Alex, that's a cool emote there. That looks like something Make Mistakes would have. What do you got there? Ed Soul? I don't know who that is. No, just one computer, and it's a mediocre one. I found it's more an issue of bandwidth. Oh, bandwidth. That's the other one that gets me too, is I think I have I had to upgrade from 5 megabits per second upload to 10. So I'm currently at 10 megabits per second upload, and maybe that's what's kind of getting me. Ask your wife about that. Yeah, bandwidth is the choke point for cans. Playing Little Big Workshop. Oh, I love Little Big Workshop. Yep. I know. I think Super Cow and we were talking about that one recently, or I don't know, maybe a month or so ago. But yeah, that's a fun game to play. Little Big Workshop. I didn't really get very far. I think I got through, like, the wood projects, and I started buying up. I think it's injection molding type stuff or plastic stuff. And then I stopped playing the game, but it looks like so much fun. I got a kick out of one time I accidentally deleted the break room, and everybody passed out on me. Production ground to a halt for quite a while. And of course I didn't have much money to rebuild the break room, so it took a while to get everybody back working again. I've learned, let's see, Edsel Crafts. He's a blacksmith and woodworker. Okay. Benched on the injured list, though. No, not internet bandwidth. It's actually an issue with the PCIe band. Oh, that bandwidth. Okay. I see. Yeah, God, I haven't thought about that bandwidth in a long time. Last time I built the computer, I think it was 2008, I built a gaming computer, and that was the last time I really even considered PCIe. And like, I noticed for me the choke point was the motherboard, between the hard drive and the motherboard. There was kind of a choke point there, and so yeah, it was a little bit of a bummer to find that out. Another computer with NDI can feed it cams over the network. Yeah. Yeah, I like I do kind of like the multiple computer setups. I do have an old Dell behind this laptop right now. And I'm thinking about maybe doing like, I don't know, the occasional gaming stream on the weekends. And so I'll use the Dell to do the broadcasting, and I'll use my laptop here for the gaming. I don't know if that's necessary. It's just I've run into some issues before where as soon as I hit go live on stream, my my bandwidth, my actual like internet bandwidth drops to 0. Yeah, so like my first couple of times playing a video game on stream, my everything was really choppy, and you know, it'd be frozen for a while, and so I did some camera settings or whatever, and then I was able to play. So I played a game for I think a couple of weekends, and then I just, I don't know, stopped playing games again. So I stopped playing it. But it was Rover Mechanic Simulator, which was perfect for me. But yeah, I kind of just stopped playing on the weekends because I needed to make rovers. And yeah, I think I've changed some camera settings since then, so I'd probably be back to that same issue where I couldn't play and broadcast at the same time. Sorry, I'm off camera again. But okay, so I got that in there. So now what I'll do is I'll just poke this down in there. Give it a little registration point so the two halves of silicone will have a place to kind of register in that parting line. I've tried it before in previous molds where I just filled this whole cavity with silicone, and I found that it's really difficult to get the part out, because you have to push on the silicone to get the part out, but then when you push on it, the silicone kind of expands, and so it makes it really difficult to get the part out of there. Plus, sometimes if I'm not careful, that piece of silicone in there could be a little wonky, a little off to one side or the other, and then I'd have no chance of getting a motor into the part when it comes out. Oh, cool. I guess while I was talking, I managed to do the other end too, so cool. So this end is pretty much done. I didn't even notice. I thought I had another wheel hole to do. What time is it? 9:38 here. So I was thinking about having like a countdown timer on my streams, so that way I don't get rated at 10 o'clock like I've been doing. So like Tuesday night, I think I was streaming till 10:30 or so. And Kristen was trying to sleep, so it made it a little difficult. I got rated like 10:05, and so I was on way too late. Oh, sorry, I'm skipping stuff here. Dude, totally skipping chat. Wow, sorry about that. Let me go back. We have a lot of fun speccing out PXI systems for maximizing data acquisition bandwidth and having to account for the bus configurations. Oh man, that sounds a little agonizing. It's like tuning a VW Bug to compete with Porsches, trying to do as much as I can with a single computer. Yeah, wow. Yeah, sounds like you're really pushing that one to its limits. I'm surprised you actually got so many cameras on that thing. Ever played Logic Bots? No, I don't think so. There's a lot to be said for that. People these days are too spoiled. Power. Yeah, that is very true, Nomad. That I think Viking's doing a pretty damn good job with his computer setup. I can play and stream some games on the same computer. I find the video card to be the bottleneck. Okay. Soapbox. Not having to do... Let's find someone to raid. Oh, look, we got raided. Yeah, that's pretty much how Tuesday's stream went. Yeah, so we gotta try not to do that again. My focus isn't games, so I can get away with onboard graphics, but that's the issue. I use the APU, the motherboard cuts the bandwidth of PCIe slots in half and saves one way. I plan to use a more standard CPU and discrete GPU to see if it opens back up again. Oh man. Yep, I'm sure it probably would. If you had like a more of a dedicated graphics card, I bet that would help a lot. Can disable incoming raids in the back end. Oh, I can, can't I? Let's see. I don't have any like quick access to that. I mean, maybe Super Cow has access to it quick enough, but I don't see anything on my end that you know, is fast for that. But yeah, okay, so I think I got all this done. Let's get rid of some of this excess clay so it doesn't keep my part up off of the mold blocks. Oh, I still need to put a registration thing in there. There we go. Alright, one little bit of clay left in that mounting hole. Yeah. Oh, this song has that funny guitar sound. Well. Man. Hey, whip. Trying to think of who's the guitarist that's really known for that. Black Label Society. Can't think of his name. I found an X1 GPU that has 4 HDMI outputs. Hoping it doesn't suck to get. Wow, 4 HDMI outputs. That'd be fantastic. Like this is a like a gaming laptop, but it only has 1 HDMI output, so I have to, you know, use those USB to HDMI converter things. Haven't gotten there yet. That's what I'm. Did I mention the entire system is fanless? Dead side. What? Now you're pulling our virtual legs. No fans? That's not possible. Sorry, I'm off camera again. Like I love that. That's the one thing I love about like MacBooks and stuff. They have that fanless capability. I don't quite understand why like PCs have never been able to do that. Well, this is just, I mean, maybe they can. I suppose in your case they do, obviously. But yeah, I've never had a PC that didn't have like 5 fans in it. Like this laptop is louder than hell. It sounds like a jet engine is starting up whenever I start a game or something. Like every fan on board just goes 100%, and it gets so super loud. PSU has a fan, but there's a fanless model I have in my eye. Wow. Designed for much more top-end power consumption. Some PC are fanless, but it's more on the height level ultra. Oh yeah. Okay, I can see that. The ones that are not super power hungry, I could see that. Oops, I need a smaller one. But yeah, you get like the more power hungry processors and graphics cards, then you need the fans. I actually I turned my gaming computer into a liquid cooled one. I never saw the point in it afterwards. I was looking at it and was like, wait a minute. So what it's doing is it's just putting room temperature water over your processor, which, you know, the fan is basically putting room temperature air across the processor. So it really didn't seem like a point in doing that. At the time I thought, oh man, my processor's gonna run so much cooler, and I'm gonna be able to like overclock it and everything, and I never did get around to ever figuring out how to overclock it. It was something I wanted to do, and I bought the motherboard and stuff specifically for being able to like overclock it. And I never got around to it, and I even put liquid cooling in there, and it just still was like, nope, this is pointless. Now I have to fill the damn liquid cooling system every month or so. Can't just stop the fan because that impinges airflow too much. Only designed to run with... Yeah, you see a DC converter and a notebook power brick. Huh. Room temperature water is a lot cooler and absorbs a lot more heat. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense. I just never saw any, like when I was watching the the temperatures, you know, the onboard sensors and stuff of my processor, and I really didn't see a difference in temperature. It was still running at about like, I don't know, 40 Celsius or something like that. with just the fan, the stock fan versus the water. Water is supposed to be a much more effective cooling agent. The nice thing is radiators can be pretty big, which means not much airflow needed. These days PCs overclock themselves, right? Yeah, one of my friends got a chiller. So rather than like liquid cooling, he had basically a chiller on his processor, which is basically like a giant heatsink with two fans on it, but I think it had some tubes running through it, so it must like transfer heat with something in the tubes. I'm not sure what's in the tubes, but that chiller was amazing. That thing like got his processor down into like the 25 degree range, 25 Celsius. It was just nuts. Air tubes? Yeah, that makes sense. They're not filled with something? I figured they'd probably be filled with some sort of, I don't know, like an air conditioning sort of liquid. Heat pipes. They're filled with fluid to phase change and move heat up. Ah, okay. They are filled with something. I kind of figured they would. For how well it worked, I figured there had to have been something in those tubes. Okay, so I finally have those parts where I need them. So now I need to just create my parting line going around. Meh. Or maybe if I move my camera. There we go. Too many things on my desk. Let's see. Not missing anything? Okay. To me, overclocking is like having a really fast car, and the speed limit is still 75. Most people don't even use the extra power. Yeah, I could see that. I think that's kind of ultimately why I didn't overclock so much, because I didn't need it. I didn't game that heavy. I didn't do a whole lot of, you know, I don't know, rendering or whatever you might end up doing with a lot of power. Heat pipe, says Navigator Nomad. Let's see, let's go to desktop. Oh yeah, I pulled one of these out of a laptop once. I think I have them laying around here somewhere. I thought, man, this could be handy to have in a Rover. Keeping a Rover cool, circulating air inside or something like that. Yeah, oh, I love these simulations. I worked with ANSYS in my last job. ANSYS software simulates a lot of this kind of stuff. But like, I ended up simulating just forces, like just downward and upward forces on stuff. I never got to go into like the fluid dynamics stuff, and that's where the fun really was. Occasionally, like vendors and stuff would show up with their software, and they'd show us how it works, and they'd do simple stuff. They'd have a box with a light bulb in the middle, and the light bulb's putting out so much wattage of power, and then they have a fan blowing air in, and so you get to see, airflow and where the heat goes inside the box and stuff. It was really cool. Yeah. If you're any decent at simulating in your head, you usually can kind of simulate this stuff anyway, but it's nice to actually see it. I can usually look at something and kind of tell how heat and fluids are going to flow around. I don't know, maybe I'm weird like that, but I don't know. 29 Fireflies is here. Wow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Like most commercially available swag, people were convinced they needed it. Right. Yes. Yeah. Welcome in, 29. Hey, so I have some new stuff. So I decided to figure out how to do some of the Stray Swizzle stuff that we were all talking about. So I have this little background now. So we can do something kind of cool like that. But the best part is this. Instant Stray Swizzle, but with lipstick. I don't normally put on black lipstick, but eyes are usually like this. Oh, Sasaki's here too. What's happening? So yeah, this will be my quick Stray Swizzle. So yeah, so there's a redemption there, I think for 1,000 points or whatever like that. So that does my Stray Swizzle cheat, which is, yeah, the Snapchat snap cam. Yeah, Super Cow's using the 1,000 points, so like this will give you a quick Stray Swizzle, I guess. It's a little weird seeing the lipstick. I don't normally do the lipstick, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool looking. But yeah, I mean, it follows me so well too. That's the scary part. It looks like it's actually on my face. So yeah. So this is my Stray Swizzle. And then we instantly go back. So I was thinking, like, a cool redemption, like, you get Stray Swizzle, and I'll be like, okay, I'll be right back. Hang on while I go and put on my stuff. And then I, switch, and then I come back in, like, hey, yeah, I got the Stray Swizzle thing. Let me go take it off now. And then, I just do that, and it's gone. What technology is it? Yeah, it's Snap camera. So yeah, it's Snapchat, has all the cool stuff. So like, now I can be like all cool. Like, I had this cool screen in front of my face, and now I'm like doing some cool stuff. Boop 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 boop. But yeah, it's awesome. I'm a big fan of this. And then, what else? I saved a few other things. Oh yeah, so if I turn this one on and I go, whoa, 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 and then there's party. So you know we can do partying. So this is great for the like the whatchamacallit, the wind down. Just jamming out. So yeah. And then I have a really small head. So like, you know, if I ever need a really small head, we got that. But yeah, that's how we do things around here. Okay. I love this program. I picked it. I found it today. It's free, so you guys can go out and play with it now. Yeah. Wow, coming out of lurk to say the eyeshadow is working. Yeah, that's nice, right? Just like, it's just there. Follows me like wherever I go. Except for the kind of the rosy cheek. Whoa, wow. Now I have a mouth on my hand. But the rosy cheeks don't really do it for me. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Yeah. I've also been playing with some stuff. I have a blue light over there now. So really what I want to do is like, I don't know, kind of change the lighting in here. I feel like this light is too harsh. So I was kind of hoping to like, I don't know, do something better. Have this cool blue light effect back here while I stream here. But I don't know, now without this light, it's too dark. So I don't know. I don't know. I have snap camera for Zoom. I didn't know you could use it for OBS. Yep. Yeah, basically, yeah, in OBS you just change your camera to snap camera instead of like integrated camera or USB camera. I think the cheeks due to your camera saturation. Oh, that could be. Yeah, I haven't quite perfected the various saturations of this camera. This is a new camera for me too, so it's I used to use the integrated laptop camera and I felt like it was a little too grainy and not so good. So I got a new webcam. It looks like it's better, I think. I think it's better, but I haven't figured out how to like kind of lower this, you know, this light here. it's so bright, and then it's like once I have the camera on in Snapchat stuff, it doesn't allow me to change the exposure and stuff. So I'll figure it out. I'm new at this stuff. I think so. Yeah. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. Time for us to wrap up. I think more lights. I guess I could use more lights. I do have one really bright light over here, but yeah, I could probably do something. Figure out some more lighting. I don't know. I feel like I need a better light up here, maybe? I suck at lighting. Apparently, I'm not good at lighting. Much like art, I suck at light. I could use LUT filter to handle your color correction. Oh! Oh, I don't think I can change that now, can I? I think I saw that. I saw that in the filters. Can I change it on the fly? Oh, I think I can. Where did I see that? Apply LUT. L-U-T. Amount. I drag it down. What's that do? Nothing. Nope. LUT did not do anything. Oh well. We tried. I'll get there. I flood myself with light, which lets the camera exposure lower, which gives crispier quality. Okay. I mean, don't you get kind of tired of staring at a light though? Because like, I hate this light that's over here. This is so bright. And then I hate these, you know, shop lights. Everything's just so bright. I like it, you know, I like it dim. But yeah, that is great for adjusting different colors differently. Oh, yeah, okay, that filter didn't have anything like that. It was just like, I think it was a slider bar between 0 and 1. Didn't do much of it. I'll play with it again. You have to choose a what to use. Red only is fun. Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that. I'll look at it some more. So anyway, so it looks like I think what I'm gonna do is I will probably apply the clay. I'll apply the clay around this part on my own, off stream. It's not going to be much. I just have to like basically create a nice smooth parting line. So something kind of like that. Yeah, let's zoom in on that. So minus this tear out. So but basically I just need to create a nice flat smooth parting line and make sure that silicone isn't going to go between the part and this white plastic. So I'm basically sealing that so silicone doesn't get in there, and also giving myself a clean parting line. So I just have to do that. I think I'll do that all off stream. That way Tuesday I can pour silicone, and then Thursday I'd pour the second half, and then the following week we should be cranking out parts. Cranking out parts with these giant syringes, I think, if it works. These things are huge. I didn't know they were going to be this big. They're 150 milliliters. And I think I figured out that the amount of resin that goes in is somewhere around like 70, I think, for these two parts. Maybe less, maybe it's more like 50. So, so I'll only be using a little bit, but still, it'll be fun. I hope it works. I don't know what's going to happen once the resin like cures inside this tube. Is it going to come out? Like if I pull on the plunger, will it just suck the resin back out and then I can reuse this thing? Or does that permanently make this thing unusable? I have no idea. We're going to find out. So anyway then, what is it, Thursday? So yeah, Tuesday we'll pour some silicone. How about that? You guys want to see some silicone? Okay, let's figure out, should we raid anybody before we get raided? So we always get raided around this time. So let's figure out somebody to raid real quick. Mold release inside the syringe. I don't know. I don't know if that would mix in with the resin and then cause the resin to not cure. I'm not sure. I've never tried that. Miss Messy is a resin caster. Nice, is she on? I have no idea who she is. Let's see. Search for Miss Messy. Go to Miss Messy. Oh, she's not on. Oh. This video is only available for subscribers. Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't see her being on right now. Wow. Sorry, I'm showing you what I'm showing, or what I'm seeing. Yeah, it looks like she has some pretty cool stuff. I like all these molds. But yeah, I don't know what to do. Let's see, who do we have? Science and technology. Beginner game dev. Building a nature-themed puzzle. That sounds cool. Paleontologizing, per usual. Sid Heresy, we rated him on Tuesday. Oh, there's Bill Nash, he was in on Tuesday. Learning how to turn real things into 3D. 3D! Oh, there's Crafty's Skull Corvus. Oh boy. She's doing resin coffins. Well, that sounds like a hoot. Carbon Chick. I don't know who Carbon Chick is. Carbon Chick. Oh, that must be her. What's Carbon Chick doing? Commercial. Oh man, Crafty would love my new Stray Swizzle fakery. She has a puppy cam. Oh, I like puppy cams. But yeah, we do raid Crafty from time to time. We could do Carbon Chic. That is a nice Singer sewing machine. And it's so bright there. What's going on? She must be one of those happy sun folk. My first boning attempt. I don't know what boning is. Could find out. She's from the underworld. Oh, Australia. That would explain some things. Okay. Alright. Well, we have some choices to make. Disasters doing Reaper animatronics. Action noise. So I'm going to be having an action noise board coming soon. He sent me one. I think he's over in Italy or something like that, but he sent me a board, and I'm going to be playing with it on stream sometime soon. But yeah, there's a little Rover that he has that you can drive. Death and darkness, or goodness and light. Tough decision, right? That's where I'm at right now. So we have yeah, nice goodness, wholesome light, and we have darkness. We have coffins. We have onks. we have I mean, I don't know. Streamer's choice? I hate that choice. I hate that choice. I mean, we're not really sewers here, guys. I feel like if I were to raid her, most of you guys would probably be like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." She sounds really nice. I should give her a follow. But anyway, let's do. I guess let's do Crafty. Why not? It's always fun to raid Crafty. So, let's see. There, I'll be like Crafty. Switch that up. How did I do that? Desktop? Yeah. So yeah, am I matching Crafty? I think I'm Crafty. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Let's raid her. Yeah. My Stray Swizzle fakery. Okay. Alright. Slash raid. Crafty Skull. I wish there was like a fast way of doing this. Corvus. Crafty Skull Corvus. Okay, I matched it. We're good? Yes, swiftly. Alright, stream ending. Stream ending. Let's go to the credits. Actually, I don't know if anything actually happened. So, we'll just be thanking everybody again for hanging out. Is in the dashboard, a faster raid method. Oh, okay, I need to play with the dashboard. So thanks again to Super Kyle Bootman for moderating. It's really put him to work today. So yeah, keeping him on his toes per usual. So anyway, thanks a lot everybody for watching. Let's set up that raid. And let's head off over to Crafty Skull Corvus. I can't ever say her name. Let's go have some fun. Let's bring the Stray Swizzle party and see what she's got going on. Welcome for that stream. Alright. Thanks a lot, everybody. Casey, bye.
Twerk, twerk. Twerk, 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 twerk. Do you see this? Like the quality content that I